Yo, what's up, everyone? Today we're learning Daf Mem Ches of Masech Berachos. Kind of a cool page, nothing too difficult today, kind of smooth sailing. Some interesting stuff. What does everybody have to eat in order to join into a zimun, right? If we have 3 people, do we need everybody to eat bread, or what if maybe, somebody ate something else? Would that work? What else? Talk about how do we know that we learn out all the brachas? What are the orders, right? Ritzei on Shabbos, things like that. So, some interesting kind of cool stuff. Let's jump in. We're going to start in Daf Mem Zayin Amud Beis. About 3 lines from the bottom of Mem Zayin Amud Beis, and let's jump right in. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Katan Poreach Mizam and Olive. Oh. So what's a katan poreach? Who could tell me? A katan poreach is a child who's less than 13 years old, but he already has 2 pubic hairs, right? So we consider a child who has 2 pubic hairs already to be considered mature, right? So we're saying that if you have this kid who's a katan, yet he has 2 pubic hairs, so then it'll be able to be included in a zimun. Tanan Am Yach, we also have a brisa to this end. Cotton she'evi shtei cyrus mizamnin and olive. So we say that a cotton who has 2 pubic hairs, you can include him in a zimun. V'shelo evi shtei cyrus ein mizamnin and olive. But if he's less than 13 years old, 13 years in a day, and he doesn't have shtei cyrus, so then you can't include him in a zimun. Ve'ein medaktim b'cotton. And then the brisa ends sort of in an interesting way, or a cryptic, enigmatic way. It says, and we're not so medaktek when it comes to a katan. We don't really, we're not so concerned, we're not so fussed about a katan and including him in a zimun. So hagufa kasha, the Gemara says, what do you mean? That's inherently contradictory. Amart hevi shtei cyrus in lo hevi lo. On the one hand, you said that only if a katan has 2 pubic hairs, then you can include him. If he doesn't, then you can't include him. V'adar tani ein medaktim b'katan. But then we say that we don't really check after a katan. Right, we're not really so concerned about if a katan, about a katan. So lasuyemai. So like, what's going on? What is this ein medaktim b'katan thing? So my love lasuye katan poreach. So it must be that we're talking about a katan poreach. That meaning when it says that we're not medaktek, it means that we're not so concerned to make sure that he's 13 years old in the day. Rather, what's more important is that he has shtei cyrus. If he has shtei cyrus, so we can include him in the zimun even if he's not 13. If he doesn't have shtei cyrus, so sorry, kid. And the Gemara says, the halacha is not like any of these halachas regarding minors, right? It's not about shtei cyrus. Also, we talked about like a katan who was like in a crib, you can include him in a minyan. No, this is how it goes, right? Ella kiha de amar of Nachman. Rather, it's like Rav Nachman says, katan hayodeh lemim varchin mizamnin olive. If you have a minor and he knows to whom we are blessing, he understands to whom we're blessing, so then you can include him in the zimun. Abaye v'Rava Abu Yasve Kamei de Rabba. Abaye and Rava were sitting in front of their teacher Rabba. Amrlu Rabba said to them, Lemi mevarchin. Said to them, to who are we blessing? Amrle, the Rachmana. So they said to him, to the Eibishter. Rachmana eicha Yasif. So he probed them further. He said, okay, that's very nice. Where is the Eibishter? So Rava achve lishmei talala. So Rava pointed towards the roof. Abaye nafak levara achve klap ishmaya. So Abaye did him a shtickle. He actually went outside and pointed towards the heaven. Amalu Rabba said to them, Tarvaichu rabbanan avisu. You are both going to be rabbis. And sure enough, he was right. They both became rabbis. Hanu damri inshe butzin mikatve yediyah. That is what people say, that squashes already from, like the vegetable squash, that already from the time that they're very young, you know if they're going to be good or not. All right, very cool. Amar Rabbi Yehuda Breder of Shmuel bar Shilas Mishmei Derav. So Rabbi Yehuda, the son of Rav Shmuel bar Shilas, said in the name of Rab, Tisha achlu dagan ve'echad achlu yerek mitzdarfen. So if you have 9 people who ate bread, and then you have 1 person ate vegetables, they can be mitzdaref for a zimun to have a minyan. Amar Reb Zera ba'oi minei Rav Yehuda. So Reb Zera said that he asked Rav Yehuda, Shmona ma'u shiva ma'u. What if you have 8 people who ate bread and 2 ate vegetables? What if you have 7 ate bread and 3 ate vegetables? Amar li lo shnai says it doesn't make a difference. You can still bench with a minyan. Shisha lomi ba'iyali. And then Rabbi Zera was feeling a little bit bad about the fact he was second guessing his decision not to have asked Rabbi Yehuda about if 6 and 4 would work for a minyan. If 6 people ate bread and 4 ate vegetables. So Amalei Rabbi Yirmiyah said to Rabbi Zera, Shapir avadata delo ibai alach. He says, no, you did it was a good thing that you did by not asking Rav Yehuda because there was no reason to. Hasam tamamai. How come when it comes to 7 and 3 and 8 and 2, they can join together for a zimun? Mishum de'ika ruba. Because the majority of people ate bread. So achanami ikaruba. So the same would apply to 6 and 4. That if 6 people ate bread and 4 ate vegetables, they would be able to join together for a zimun because the majority of the people, Darton, ate bread. Ve'iu sava ruba de min karba'inon. The reason why Rabbi Zera was, second guessing his decision not to ask was because he thought that maybe you need a recognizable majority. So Rav Yehuda said that 7 and 3 and 8 and 2 would work because that's a majority that's recognizable. Whereas maybe he would say that 6 and 4 would not work. So, okay. Rabbi Yirmiyah seems to not have a problem with 6 and 4. But, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Although the Rambam seems to think that 6 and 4 might not work. Okay. Yanai Malka, Umalchasa, Kri Churifta Ba'adei Adali. Yanai, the king, and his queen were eating together. Now, a few notes over here. Yanai, so let's just read Rashi. Yanai Malka, Mimalchei Beis Chashmonai Haya. He was one of the Chashmonai kings. Okay? V'harag Chachmei Yisrael Shabo Lefaslam Kahuna, Masechta Kedushin. And he killed all of the rabbis. Oy. Now, he was married to Shimon ben Shattach's sister. So now, here we go. So Yanai the king and his wife were eating. Now, because he had killed all the rabbis, there was nobody great. There was nobody great to bench for them. Now, interestingly, right, we also saw on Daf Mem Zayin, right, there was that story where all the students of Rav, Mem Zayin Amud Aleph, where all the students of Rav were eating together, and then Rav Acha came up, and they said, like, oh great, now we have somebody who can bench for us. And they said, like, and then, right, whatever the thing was, should somebody who's there from the beginning bench, should somebody who's great bench. Interesting that there was like this, real premium, and then there was that story of like, this, what was it, like, Rav Yehuda bar Mereimar, Mar Rav Ashi, Rav Achmei Difti, they were all eating together. There was nobody who was greater than anybody else, so like, they didn't end up making a zimun at all. Interesting how much of a premium is being put on being in the Gemara is being put on making sure that somebody who's great leads the benching. So here also, Kilu, Yanai Melech didn't know what to do because there were no rabbis because he killed all of them. So he's like, who's going to lead the benching? Very interesting. Maybe because the person who leads the benching then blesses the host. So maybe the blessing of the host is more significant if it's somebody great doing the blessing. But anyways, it's interesting. So Omar la Lidivisu. So Yanai the king said to his wife, Man yoavlan gavra demvarechlan. So he said to her, like, how are we going to get somebody to bless for us? Amrlei ishteba li di imaisina lach gavra dlo mitza'artle. So she said to him, look, you're going to have to swear to me that if I bring you a rabbi, you're not going to give him any trouble. That trouble probably equals cutting off his head. So ishteba la. So he swore to her, yeah, if you bring me a rabbi, I won't kill him. I see say l'Shimon ben Shattach achva. So she brought Shimon ben Shattach, her brother. Osve ben didei l'dida. Yanai Hamelech sat Shimon ben Shattach between him and his wife. Omar lei, and Yanai Hamelech said to Shimon ben Shattach, Chazes kama yukara avdina lach. He says, you see how much honor I'm giving you. Amar le, Shimon ben Shattach said to him, Lav at mokart li. No, it's not you who's giving me honor. Ela oraisahi demokrali. It is the Torah that is giving me honor. Dichsiv, as the pasuk says, Sasalea usromemeka. If you seek the Torah, it will raise you up. Tichabeitcha ki sichabchena ti sichabkena. It will honor you when you embrace it. Amarla. So now Yanai Melech turns to his wife. Kachazis delo mekabel marus. Right? Do you see that he isn't accepting? He does not accept authority. He's an anarchist. I guess, I guess Yanai was maybe resenting the fact that he swore to his wife that he wouldn't kill whichever rabbi they brought. But in any event, Yavule Kasa Levruche. They gave Shimon ben Shattach a glass of wine so that he could lead the benching. Omar Hechi Avrich Baruch Shachal Yanev V'Chaverev Mishelo. So Shimon ben Shattach said, I don't get it. What do you want me? How should I lead the benching? Let's bless he who Yanai and his friends ate from his food. Kilu Shimon ben Shattach didn't eat anything. So he said, how can I lead the benching? What, I'm just going to lead the benching blessed is God who gave Yanai Melech and his friends food. That's not usually the way it goes. Usually it's thanks for giving us food. So Shase Lau Kasa. So what do? He drank that glass of wine. So Yavu Le Kasa Achrinu Uvarich. So then they brought him a glass of wine, and then he benched on that glass of wine. So Kilu, by drinking that glass of wine, he ate with them, and now he could leave the benching, which is super interesting, because basically he didn't wash, he didn't eat bread, and not only was he joining together with the other people, he was actually leading them in benching. So, Amar Rabbi Abba Breder Rav Chia Bar Abba Shimon ben Shattach Da'avad Legarmu Da'avad. So Rabbi Abba Breder Rav Chia Bar Abba says that what Shimon ben Shattach did over there by drinking a glass of wine and then leading the benching, he was on his own there. Nobody actually agrees with that, right? Dehachi Amar Rabbi Chia Bar Abba Amar Rabbi Yochanan, because Rabbi Chia Bar Abba said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Le'olam einu motzi esrav midei chovasan as sheyochal kazayis dagan. Because in order to be motzi other people in benching, i.e. to lead the benching, you have to eat an olive's worth of bread. And Shimon ben Shattach didn't eat an olive's worth of bread, so really should not have led the benching. Uchdetanin, as we learn in a brayso, Reb Shimon ben Gamliel Omer, Olavei Sevimayim, that if a person comes and leans with the rest of the people, afilu lo toval imoyim ela betzir v'lo achal imoyim ela grogeres achas mitztarif. Right? So even if you only dipped, maybe little vegetables into some kind of a brine, right, or only ate one dried fig, he can nonetheless join together with them in their zimun. And the Gemara says it's taruf and mitztarif avalotzi esrab midei chovasan ache yochal kazayis dagon. That yes, while he can join together with them in their zimun, he wouldn't be able to lead the zimun and be motzi everybody else unless he ate an olive's worth of bread. Itmar Nami was also stated in a Meimer of Amoraim, Amar of Chana bar Yehuda mishmei derava afilu lo tava limoim ela betzir. Even if he only dipped a shtickle in brine, v'lo achal limoim ela grogeres achas, and he only ate one dried fig, mitztaref, he could join together with them in a zimun ulo tzis rab midei chovasam. Eino motzi achiocha kazayis dagan. However, in order to be motzi other people to lead the benching, he would have to eat an olive's worth of grain. Amar Rav Chana bar Yehuda mishmei derava hilchasa. Achal ala yerek, if he ate a leaf of a vegetable, v'shasakos shel yayin mitzdarif, or he drank a glass of wine, he could join with them in order to be part of the zimun. However, lotzi eino motzi ad shiocha kazayis dagan, but in order to be motzi other people and lead the zimun, he would have to eat a kazayis, an olive's worth of bread. Amr of Nachman, Zak the Halakha of Nachman, Moshe Tikkun Yisrael Berachos Hazan, B'shasha Yard La'eman. Very interesting. Moshe Rabbeinu established for the Yidden the bracha of Hazan, the first bracha of benching, at the time that the man came down from heavens. Yehuda Tikkun Lo'em Berachos Haaretz, B'shasha Nechnasu La'aretz. Yoshua established the second bracha of benching, the bracha on Eretz Yisrael, when the Yidden entered into Eretz Yisrael. Davidu Shlomo Tiknu Bonei Yerushalayim. David and his son Shlomo established the bracha of Bonei Yerushalayim. David tiken al Yisrael amecha v'Yerushalayim irecha. David wrote the part about al Yisrael amecha, on Israel your nation, and on Jerusalem your city. Ushlomo tiken al habayis hagadol v'hakadosh. And Shlomo is misaken on the great and holy house, because he of course built the Beis Hamikdash. Hatov v'ametiv b'yavne tiknua kineged aruge beitar. And Hatov v'ametiv, he who does good, and he who is good and does good, they established it in Yavne about those who were killed in the city of Beitar. The Amarav Masna also ayom shnitnu aruge beitar lekvura tiknu b'yavne Hatov v'ametiv. That on the day that the victims of Beitar were allowed to be buried, they established the bracha of Hatov v'ametiv in Yavne. Hatov shelo esrichu v'ametiv shnitnu lekvura, that God is good, that the bodies did not, decompose, I guess. V'ametiv shnitnu, and like become disgusting and rancid. V'ametiv shnitnu lekvura, and who does good, that they were allowed to be buried. Which is interesting that we see that, Kilu, on the one hand, it was a massacre of people in the city, which sounds like a terrible thing, right? So why would you create Hatov v'ametiv, he who's good and does good, about a massacre? But at the same time, imagine the miracle that happened when they were finally able to be buried, and it's like, wow, the bodies were completely, perfectly preserved. Clearly, God, had some kind of a bigger plan. But even in the sort of massacre or whatever, he still took care of the bodies. And I don't know. It's interesting how, like, even in these crazy places, you could find these little miracles. And because of that, Hatov v'ametiv was authored. Now, what exactly was the story of Beitar? I don't remember exactly. Did it have to do with, like, the Romans killing a bunch of people? Did it have to do with Bar Kokhba? No, Bar Kokhba? I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. But I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Or, if somebody knows, just let us all know in, like, WhatsApp. Oh, that would be fun. Great idea. Tanu Rabbanan. Seder Berachos Hamazon Kachi. So the rabbis thought this is how Berachos Hamazon goes. Bracha Rishona Berachos Hazan. So the first bracha of benching is the bracha of Hazan. Okay. Shnia Berachos Haaretz. Okay. The second bracha is Al Haaretz Val Hamazon. Shlish is Bonei Yerushalayim. Okay. Third bracha is Bonei Yerushalayim. Revi'as Hatov v'ametiv. And the fourth bracha is Hatov v'ametiv. Okay. Those are the four brachas of benching. Shabbos. Oh, what about Shabbos? So Rashi points out that Nechama is a reference to the bracha of Bonei Yerushalayim. So you start with like Rachem, Na Hashem Elokeinu Yisrael Mecha, right? And you end with Bonei Yerushalayim, just like during the week. Now in the middle of the bracha of Rachem, you also say Ritzei. Okay? Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Ratza La'omra B'Nechama Omra. If you wanted to say Ritzei in Bonei Yerushalayim, okay, so say it in Bonei Yerushalayim. Berachos Haaretz, if you want to say it in the second bracha, no problem, Omra. Berachos Shtiknu Chacham B'Yavne, Omra. If you want to say it in Hatov v'ametiv, okay, say it in Hatov v'ametiv. We're pretty cool, we're pretty flexible. Say Ritzei in any of those brachas. Okay. Berachos Shtiknu Chacham B'Yavne, Omra, fine. V'Chacham Omrim Eino Omra Ela B'Nechama Bilvad. And the Chacham say that no, you have to say Ritzei in Bonei Yerushalayim. So Chacham Manu Tanakama knew the Chacham and Tanakama seem to be saying the same thing, which is that Ritzei is in the bracha of Bonei Yerushalayim. So Yikibanayu Diavad. The nafkamina is, what if you did say it in, let's say, the second bracha, Berachos Haaretz? So the Tanakama would say, okay, even though really Ritzei belongs in Bonei Yerushalayim, it's fine, it works. Whereas the Chacham would say, no. They say, Eina Omra Ela B'Nechama Bilvad. You can only say it in Bonei Yerushalayim. If you said it in a different bracha, it would not work, even if you had already done it. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Minayin the Berachos Hamazon Min Torah. How do we know that Berachos Hamazon is Mida Oraisa? So, Shneimar, V'chalta v'savalta v'rachta, so Berachos Hazimun, right? So when the pasuk says that you will eat, you'll be satisfied, and you will bless, that is the bracha of Zimun, okay? As Hashem Elokecha is Berachos Hazan. When it says it's Hashem Elokecha, that is the bracha of Azan, the first bracha. Ala Aretz zo birkas haaretz. So when it says on the land, that's the second bracha about the land. Hatova zo banu Yerushalayim v'cheinu omer ha'aretova zev alavanon. When it says Hatova, it's referring to the bracha about Jerusalem, because Jerusalem is referred to as good, as Tov, as the pasuk says in Devarim, Hahara Tova zev alavanon, this good mountain and the Lebanon. Hashenosan lachzo hatov ha'meitiv, that I gave you, that is hatov ha'meitiv, which is interesting. It would sound like, according to this brisa, that hatov ha'meitiv would be midoraisa, right? Because we're learning it out from a pasuk. Ainli ela la'acharav, the fun of minayin. So all I know now is that I have to bench after I eat, right? V'achalta v'savata v'rachta. You'll eat, you'll be satisfied, and then you will bench. The fun of minayin. How do I know that I make a bracha beforehand as well? So amad kal v'chomer, we say it's a kal v'chomer. If when he's satisfied, he blesses. So when he's hungry and he's in sort of a vulnerable state and God gives him food, certainly then he should thank God and he should bless him then. Rebbe Omer Eino Tzarech. Rebbe says that no, actually you don't need to learn out bracha Rishona from a kal v'chomer. Rather, v'achalta v'savata uverachta zo birkas hazan. Okay, when the pasuk says v'achalta v'savata uverachta, that's the bracha of hazan. Ava birkas hazimun mikadul Hashem iti nafka. Okay, how do we learn out birkas hazimun? It is from Gadul Hashem iti, make God great with me, right? As we learned already at the beginning of the parak, right? That Gadlu is referring to two people, iti is with me, so basically 2 and 1 is 3. Fine, and that's referring to Birkas Hazimun. Ala Aretz zo Birkas Haaretz, Atova zo boni Yerushalayim, v'cheinu omer ha'atova zev alavanon. Okay, Hatov ha'meitiv b'yavne tiknua, whereas Hatov ha'meitiv is not learned out from a pasuk. Rather, Hatov ha'meitiv was made in Yavne because of the Haruge Beitar. Now, Ein li ela la'acharav, the fun of minayin. All I know now is that I have to bless after I eat. How do I know that I bless before I eat? Talmud Loma asher nosan lach. The pasuk says that you'll bless God on the land asher nosan lach, that He gave you. So misha nosan lach, from the time that He gave it to you, that is when you bless Him as well, right? When did He, so from the time that He gives you food, i.e. before you even ate it, at that point you also make a bracha before you eat. Rabbi Yitzchak Omer Eino Tzarech. Rabbi Yitzchak says that you don't have to learn out bracha Rishona from any of those cases, not from the kal v'chomer, and not from this limud of Rebbe about asher nosan lach. Harei Omer, the pasuk says, "Uverach eslach mechaves mimecha." Right? The pasuk says in Shmos, it says, "Avadtem eis Hashem Elokechem." You'll serve Hashem your God. Uverach eslach mechaves mimecha, and He will bless your bread and your water. So Rabbi Yitzchak says, "Al tikrei uverach ela uvarech." Don't say, "And He will bless your bread and your water." Rather, uvarech, bless your bread and your water, i.e. it's commanding you to make a bracha on your bread and your water. When is bread called bread? Is it after you already ate it and it's in your stomach? Or rather it's kodem shiochalenu, it's before you eat it, it's when it's called bread. So when it's saying, according to Rabbi Yitzchak, it's saying bless your bread, i.e. before you eat it. Rabbi Nasan Omer, Dr. Nasan, Eino Tzarech Areu Omer Kivoachem Ha'ir. So the pasuk says, by Shaul, when Shaul gets to, when he sees Shmuel for the first time, so he gets to Shmuel's town and he sees these girls outside of the town and he says, "Hey, is the prophet in this town?" And they gave him instructions of how to find Shmuel, and the instructions were, "Kivoachem ha'ir keintim tzu'un oto." You will find Shmuel in the city. B'terem ya'ila abamasa, and go find him before he goes up to the platform, le'echol, to eat. Ki lo yochal ha'am ad bo'o, because he's going to go up on the platform to eat soon, because everyone's going to be waiting, because they won't eat until he gets there. Ki hu yivarech hazevach achar ken yochla kruim, right? Because Shmuel is going to bless the sacrifice, and only afterwards will all the invitees eat. And therefore, so what do we see? That he was making a bracha on the zevach, so we see that you make a bracha before you eat. So v'chokach lama, how come the description of these girls was so long-winded? How come they were giving such a detailed description? Okay, the Gemara says because women like to speak a lot, so therefore they were enjoying their long speaking. Okay, Ushmuel Amar kedei l'stakal biyofio shel Shaul. So Shmuel says it's because they were speaking in a longer way so that they could look at Shaul for longer, because he was very beautiful. That from his shoulders and up, he was taller than the entire nation. Rabbi Yochanan Amar, Rabbi Yochanan says the reason why they had to speak for so long is that even though they didn't realize it, they were actually sort of fitting into sort of the cosmic way that the world works, which is that no kingship overlaps at all with the next kingship. So now once Shaul met Shmuel, he was going to sort of be anointed as the king, I believe. I could be wrong, but something like that. But basically, it wasn't yet time for Shmuel's reign to be done yet, so they were delaying it by just a few seconds by speaking a little bit longer so that Shaul would meet Shmuel at the perfect time. So now all I know is that I have to make a bracha on food, midoraisa. How do I know about making a bracha on Torah? So now interesting, on Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph, we had said that we know about making Birkas Torah from Kishem Hashem Ekra Avu Goda Lelukenu. But here we seem to be learning out Birkas Torah from other psukim. Okay? Amar Rabbi Yishmael, says Rabbi Yishmael, Kavachomer, Achai Shah Mevarach Achai Olam Haba Lo Kol Sheken. Well, if you have to make a bracha on Chayisha, on temporary things like food, well then on Chay Olam, things that are everlasting and eternal, such as Torah study, certainly then you should be making a bracha on that. Rabbi Chia bar Nachmani, Talmido shel Rabbi Yishmael, Omer Mishum Rabbi Yishmael. It's interesting, Rabbi Chia bar Nachmani, who's the student of Rabbi Yishmael, said the name of Rabbi Yishmael, meaning Rabbi Yishmael just said that we learn from a Kavachomer. But apparently he also said, Eno tzarich hareu Omer al aretz atova asher nasan lach. That it says by benching on the good land that he gave you. Ulalan hu Omer va'edna lecha es luchos ha'evan v'atorah v'mitzvah v'gomer. And I will give you, right, these stone tablets and the Torah, the mitzvah. So we see giving by food and giving by Torah. So just like by food, you make a bracha. So by Torah also you make a bracha. Meir Omer. How do we know that just like I bless on good, I also bless on bad? I don't know where it says Asher nasan lach Hashem Elokecha. We don't seem to be quoting this pasuk anywhere, so I don't know what this pasuk is. Maybe it's kilu v'arachta es Hashem Elokecha al haaretz hatova asher nasan lach. So it's just kind of like flipping the words around. But whatever it is, so Hashem your God, dayancha, your judge, b'chol din shedancha, in any judgment that He judges you, bein mida tova uvein mida pranus, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And then Rashi points out that Torah mida tovahi, and Torah is a good measure, and therefore, when you bless God for the good, it means you bless God for Torah. Okay. Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira Omer, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseira eno tzarich harei Omer tova ha-tova. Right? It says ha-tova. It could have just said tova. Why did it add the word hey, ha-tova? So tova zo Torah. So Torah is Tov is a reference to Torah, as the pasuk says in Mishlei, Kilekach Tov nasati lechem. I gave you a good teaching, a good giving. Okay, that's a reference to the Torah. Ha Tova zo binyan Yerushalayim. Ha Tova is a reference to Jerusalem, the bracha of Bonei Yerushalayim in benching, as it says Ahara Atov Azev Alavanon. So we see that you make a bracha both on Torah and on benching. Cool. So we're going to hold it right over here, and that was a cool little page. What did we talk about? We talked about does everybody have to eat bread, or just the majority of people have to eat bread? It seemed like only majority of people have to eat bread. We learn out how do we know that benching is midoraisa? How do we know that Birkas Torah are midoraisa? The order of the brachos, what the brachos are keneged, things like that. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.